Hey, let's do this. It's Funderdome. It's a mini version of the traditional Who Would Win episode. The combatants will be announced. Ray, you're going to have 1 minute to debate. James, you're going to have 1 minute to debate. Ray's going to have a final 30 seconds of rebuttal. And then the judge, Matthew Harris, will decide who wins. So you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Here we go. Ray, your combatant today is Peppa Pig's daddy pig, Bloodlusted, with Wolverine claws. James, you have Jonah Jameson with ninja training and a switchblade. I've got a timer. We start now. Ray.
Ladies, guys, George, well, let's face it, Daddy Pig from Peppa Pig is many things. He's an athlete. He's a great construction civil engineer. They have him testing, I believe, bricks and concrete. He goes across the country by train to do it. He's also a very, very large individual, very, very tough. We all know larger people who weigh a lot more can take more punishment. I believe at the end of the day, he could just sit on Jonah Jameson. Not to mention, he is in the Peppa Pig World's Guinness Book of World's Records for biggest muddy puddles splashing, and he can jump from high distances, jump into the muddy puddles, and splash them everywhere. Jonah Jameson is not in for any athletic feats in any books whatsoever, and on top of this, you give him Wolverine claws. You let a great athlete who can take a lot of damage like Daddy Pig, you give him Wolverine's adamantium claws. Jonah Jameson very succinctly has zero chance against somebody bringing this much to the table.
That's your time. James, 1 minute, go.
All right, first of all, Daddy Pig is many things. Ray Stahanich, you're absolutely correct. He's also very timid, very shy, scares easy. He's out of shape. He can't walk upstairs without breathing hard. And he's definitely the last thing, if anything. He is not ferocious. Here's the thing. He's going to pop those Wolverine claws. And you know who's going to get scared? Daddy Pig is going to get scared. Peppa, what is happening here? Whatever, however he's talking. Okay, now take Jonah Jameson. What does he do? He yells. He's like a Ray Stahanich in a closed space, except he yells with a large outdoor type of voice. First thing that's going to happen, he's going to start yelling at Peppa Pig or Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig is going to get scared, upset. Peppa, what is happening? However he talks. And that's as he turns his back. Remember, that's when Jonah Jameson does his best work when you're not expecting. Remember, he plays 4D chess. He does it with Spiderman all the time. Daddy Pig is not going to have the mental fortitude to deal with it. As Daddy Pig turns around, remember, he's got claws. He doesn't have that healing factor. Shanky, Shanky, Shank, Stabby, McStabberson. Jonah Jameson is eating some bacon that night in the form of Daddy Pig.
That is your time, Ray. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Now, what I want to say right here is Jonah Jameson is great, but what is he always on the lookout for? It's pictures of the Spider-Man. Now, we know that Spider-Man also gave way to a character named Spider-Ham, and Spider-Ham was a pig. Daddy Pig is also a pig. I have to believe that when faced with it, he'd be terrified because at the end of the day, Jonah Jameson fears Spider-Man. That's why he attacks Spider-Man. Daddy Pig, as a Spider-Ham-esque character with Wolverine claws, it's going to be too much for him mentally. He's going to back down.
There's the timer. We now leave it in your most capable hands, Matthew Harris. Who wins? Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig's Daddy Pig, Bloodlusted, with Wolverine claws, versus Jonah Jameson with ninja training and a switchblade.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say, first of all, kudos on those arguments. I was really going on an emotional journey with both of them. The idea of Jonah Jameson eating Daddy Pig bacon is going to give me some really messed up dreams for a while. But you know what? Here's something that I will say to go over the points. James brought up an excellent point about how Jonah Jameson he plays games. He plays a lot of mind games. He does a lot of things, and I really would have liked to hear Ray bring up more about the bloodlust aspect of it. Simply because it's hard to play mental games on a person who's bloodlusted, but really this it seemed to come down to fear. And with what I'm talking about here, we're talking about Wolverine claws versus ninja training. J. Jonah Jameson's mind games, I don't think are going to come the just fear. Even if he does scare Daddy Pig, it's going to be just a fear reaction of swiping claws and bringing up the idea of jumping high. J. Jonah Jameson becomes the next Muddy Puddle, is what I think. And so,
Wow.
Daddy Pig, Bloodlusted with the Wolverine claws. I think that instinct alone. This is J. Jonah Jameson's last broadcast.
And
Look.
there you have it.
We've only done 2 of these. This is still the best Funderdome we've ever had. Thank you so much, Matthew Harris. Thanks to all our patrons. If you have suggestions for future segments, please submit them via Patreon. Yeah, that's it.
I still think you should use the rap air horn from your phone, because I could still barely hear it through the. I could barely hear that a timer through the headphones.
Okay.
I heard
Yeah,
it.
I just put it kind of over by the
Yeah, no,
microphone.
I couldn't. But I'm telling you right now, hold on, because I want to do it anyway.
You know what? On a side note.
Chan.
Oh yeah, that's much louder.
All right. Well, I keep my phone quiet, but you get the point.
You know what? Matthew Harris, esteemed judge, could we see a situation where J. Jonah Jameson could still be eating chunks of Daddy Pig, but Daddy Pig is still fighting and then beats him while he's eating chunks of Daddy Pig?
I honestly forgot he was bloodlusted until you said it at the end.
And I forgot he had ninja training, but
when we make the film of this, and we will make the film of this, you just described the Act 3 climax right there. Of that actually he's filleting pieces of bacon off to play further mind games, very much like a Hannibal Lecter torture thing. Like, you're gonna watch me eating you.
Man.
And then he's gonna summon up the will. He's gonna go berserker.
I love it.
Start eating himself as well with the chunks. I like where this is going, by the way.